Yo, what's up? What's up? Wow, I just got stuck between saying what's up and what's going on. And it's like my first words of the day. So, we got a Winterball outing breakdown. I did one earlier and I said I was going to do it differently. And the way I set it up was I talked in the beginning and then played the outing. Not a lot of people enjoyed that, obviously. I didn't mean to say obviously there. I meant to say honestly. Holy smokes, words are fun. So I'm going to do it similar to how I've always done my outing breakdowns. This time I'm going to be using the app OnForm, which I just partnered with the company, and I'm excited to bring you guys more content featuring, stuff like this, outing breakdowns where I can draw, on the screen and give you guys, some mechanical stuff or stuff like this, talking about pitch sequencing and whatnot. So this is going to be my breakdown for my third outing from this past Winterball season, facing Carolina. I believe I'm in with a 3-run lead, save opportunity. We're going to play it through, and then I'll double back and we'll talk about it. All right, so let's play it through. 0-2 curveball. I would love to do an overlay on those two pitches right there, just so we can see if I got engagement. Grat John. Ball's coming out good. This is going to be my biggest thing too, man. Like, I love these. I love the bats like this, where he's like, all right, I got you. And I just keep challenging him. He gets me right here. Credit to him, dude. He hits a double in the left center gap on you saw it, like an elevated cheddar that he got to. And these are the ones that are like super frustrating because it's like 2 outs. It's, it's a save opportunity, but it's still kind of a bigger lead. And then you give up that double on a well-executed pitch, and then you give up a broken bat single, and it's a run scored, and it goes down as an earnie. And it's just like, frick, man. What are you going to do? Cool. All right. So the highlight, I'm going to do a Winterball recap podcast pretty soon. And the highlight of the podcast that I'm going to do is literally talking about like my inability to get strikeouts and miss bats when it matters. And when I say like when it matters, like obviously it always matters, but like in counts that you're right there to get the strikeout. Okay. So let's go. Oh, I guess you can't. All right, I'm still learning this app, so bear with me. Okay, so first pitch, do a good job of coming out of the gate and filling up the zone. First pitch shows me it's going to be a timing thing from here. Doesn't have my timing on my heater down, so I give him another heater, and then that one's a perfect pitch in terms of executed up in the zone. Even if he takes that, we could probably still get that call right at the belt line. Did you guys know that the strike zone is actually not the belt line, it's the pant. So it's like the top of the pants is where the top of the zone is. I learned that this year. So now we're 0-2, and this is what I was referring to earlier, talking about like getting strikeouts when the strikeout count presents itself. For me personally, looking back at this outing, this 0-2 pitch here, throwing this curveball, isn't something that is probably all too smart looking at those first 2 pitches. But like I said, with a 3-run lead, the curveball for me, I think, is going to be the equalizer. And so it was a good opportunity to throw it. Now, I wanted to throw it, in the dirt. Like I said earlier, we wanted to do it like a little tunnel. So you start this curveball. See how this starts out? Right? Like it starts out as a pop. That's more of a pitch for me, which I end up doing later in the season, where I can get a take on that, where it starts up and then hits like the top of the zone. But that's an early in count type thing. So 0-2, probably not the best spot to put that. Does a good job of fouling it off. And then this is what I was saying earlier with like, oh, I'd love to see that overlay of throwing this heater now at the top. But obviously, you get a little engagement, but there's too much of a difference there to entice a swing. So not a terrible. I'm completely okay with that 0-2 pitch. And now we go with the slider. I try to start this slider somewhat in that same spot as that previous heater, right, where that previous heater was like right here, or maybe even a little bit more arm side. So I try to start it like that. Sometimes I get too wrapped up in like the 2-pitch tunneling. You know, it is what it is. He does a good job, fouls it off, and then we go another slider. I would try to go back foot. Let's go back to that. Try to go back foot on that. And that's going to be a work in progress for me. I don't have the slider velocity to, if you watch like Jacob deGrom or Garrett Cole, they have high velocity sliders that look like way more of a heater than mine does. And I think that's why that's a big reason why I didn't get a lot of strikeouts on that slider. Love the sequencing to that guy. All right, start John off. First pitch changeup, second pitch fastball. And this is the benefit of having speed differential pitches that look similar, right? Because throw the first pitch changeup, splange up, if you will, and then we're going for the elevated cheddar here, and I miss my spot, and it's literally in his danger zone, right down the middle. But you do your work early in counts, and sometimes the game rewards you, and you foul it off, and then again, exactly kind of same thing, but a little bit more elevated. Don't want to throw too good of pitches there. Another kind of similarity for me throughout the course of the season and in years past is just there's sometimes I'm too much in the zone, and that could hurt you. All right, so get the ground out there. So again, like I said, 2 quick outs, and then boom. I love these at bats. I challenge him with the heater, and you know that this dog's coming out freaking hacking. He wants that. He wants to get his hands extended. That's a good pitch for him to do so. And then you see he's like, let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's go. You'll get some heaters. Here we go. All right. So we go up again. That one's actually right down the middle, which, again, even though that's not the pitch like that I wanted to throw it maybe in that same spot, because I do believe, well, we'll kind of get proven wrong later, but I do believe that even if you swing at that, even if you hit it, it's not going to be good. But like I said, we've proven wrong. But I was saying this is the benefit of having these different types of fastballs, different looks, man. Okay, so you have this one that comes in right here. So if you look at his belt line, this one's coming above his belt line. So if he takes it, it's a ball. Okay, so that's one type of fastball that he's perceiving. And then you have this totally next one. Like I said, I'm trying to go elevated cheddar, but instead we get downhill fuzzy with it, and this one ends up right on the low and away corner. And for him, that's one of those things, if you're someone like me who has good lift on his heater, it's a totally different pitch. You know, you think it's way down, and you can get guys like that. So now we're 0-2, and I want to throw a changeup, which that was, again, I get too fixated sometimes on the 2-pitch tunnel. I think if we, that last fastball started here, we throw the change up, splange up, if you will, start it there and have it go. I think he's going to engage because it's 0-2, doesn't want to strike out, but does a good job. Got him leaning here. And then, like I said, man, he does a good job of knowing essentially that that's coming. He's probably a good high ball hitter. That's, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Hits the double. He got that win. Good for him. And then we start next guy off, throw the fastball down and away, and then we throw that slider, which this is just something that is going to be a work for me in terms of lefty, throwing the slider to lefties. It's not where you want it, man. Either I need to be a guy that kind of gets a more power slider in the upper 80s and can throw that down here, especially if we're getting guys to engage, plays a little bit more off my heater. But the one that starts kind of arm side and they can see it for a long period of time. Even though I broke this guy's bat, I broke his bat on this jam job. It was a long hop to the right fielder. It's still, to me, not a great executed pitch. In terms of, like, if you're looking at it the way that what he's trying to do, guy on second, 3-run lead or whatever it was, he's hacking. And a guy in scoring position, that's his opportunity. He thinks he's, especially with a 1-0 count, he's going to be getting something in the heart of the plate. And if he sees that slider, or even if he doesn't see the slider, he reads fastball and it's a slider, it's going to more oftentimes than not slide more into his barrel. But that one, like, it slid not into his barrel, broke his bat. But I think for me, if we could get better with the 1-0 splange offering, or even that 1-0 curveball we talked about earlier, that's going to be a much better pitch. I like this sequence here. So we throw the slider there. That was a much better slider, man. So if we could have thrown this guy, we'd be freaking in business. So similar situation, late in games, guys hacking, reads fastball out of the hand, and that's got late bite. Love to see it. And then we throw the heater just a little bit away. I'm pulling off of it now. Change up, splange up, like that sequence. And then, man, that's a great sequence in terms of showing them multiple offerings. I don't know what I'm doing here with my finish, but showing multiple offerings and then executing the dang elevated cheddar. You know, this is the spot for me that is going to be the moneymaker. You know, either right at or right above that belt line. And if umpires do a good job, even if the guy doesn't swing, there's oftentimes catchers can make that look good. Hitter turns around, sees it. Oh, that's pretty good. Now he's going to be maybe a little bit more inclined to offer at that next elevated cheddar, right? So for me, this was one of the better sequencing, pitch executed outings that I actually had all winter ball. But, you know, the way that baseball works, sometimes you give up a run, and when you're closing games like this, that's a 9 Ernie. That's a 9.0 earn run average for this outing. But that's it, guys. Stay tuned for more. I'm actually leaving Puerto Rico tomorrow morning, so I got to get to writing my ebook. Check that out, therobbyroshow.com/ebooks. Shout out Saber Eye Metrics for the shirt, the apparel that you see I'm wearing right now. Discount code Robby, therobbyroshow.com. You can find all of my discounts with every single company that I've partnered with thus far. But thank you guys for watching. Much love. God bless. Until next time, stirrups, swag. See ya.